Hey everybody, and welcome back to, what am I playing? Satisfactory. Yeah, that's it, Satisfactory. It's Ficsmas. Look at all the presents falling. Yay! Yes, I'm actually going to be doing Ficsmas this year. I'm going to choke on my own spit. I think I'm actually going to be doing Ficsmas this year. Last year when Ficsmas came around, we were still trying to get our factory running up in the desert way over there. I mean, shortly thereafter, I lost the save and had to restart up here. But yes, we have rolled around one full year back to Ficsmas. It is currently December 6th, 2025. So I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to set up whatever it is that I'm going to set up. And that is the true question. What actually am I going to be doing for Ficsmas this year? Sorry, let me get half a second here. I meant to have this ready to go. Where did I put them? I put them somewhere. Where? Oh, I know where I put them. I put them. Yes, this is exciting, isn't it? What's he doing? He's just wandered off and he's doing something somewhere else. I don't know what he's doing. He just stopped and now there's nothing happening. There we go. This is what I wanted to show. So I have done Ficsmas in the past, start to finish. It is a fun little distraction. Just to kind of give you an idea of some of the things that I've done in previous years. So this was my update 7 run through. Where you can see I've got the little trees. So the trees here produce gifts which get turned into other stuff, and then other stuff gets turned into other stuff. You know, typical Satisfactory. Also, we could build our fancy Ficsmas big Christmas tree. So I did one where, you know, like a little stack of presents here. Another year I did like a Christmas chalet, you know, kind of giving that Swiss type flavor. And then the last one that I did was a Christmas village. So now I'm trying to figure out what it is that I actually want to do for this Ficsmas. And I am thinking I'm going to do another Christmas village, or Ficsmas, I should say, village. Maybe with not quite the same boring ass building. Maybe bring a little bit of the flavor of this building here with the high peak roof, you know, kind of get that Swiss vibe going in there in a more kind of traditional type Ficsmas setup. Oh, Santa's train. Oh. That's an interesting idea. So are we talking, good morning to you, Velas. Are we talking like not one of our monorail type trains, but actually kind of modeling out like a steam train, Polar Express kind of style, which is an interesting concept. I'm not sure I have the decorative skills to pull it off, but it is an interesting concept. I'm gonna have to give that one a really serious thought. I think that's a great idea. It's something new, something different, and it can be something that's going to be a bit challenging. You know what? I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna push myself. Now the next question is where? Wow, that's a lot of snow falling. So if my memory is serving me correct, which I generally doubt that it does half the time, I am going to need copper, I am going to need iron, and possibly going to need some steel to get the various bits and pieces. So I do want to set up this somewhere where I have relatively easy access to at least the iron and the copper. Yes, I know I can ship it around, but I don't want to have to set up a whole bunch of infrastructure. And I'm really liking the idea now of the Santa's train idea. So I think let's head down to the desert. Because, you know, it's a train. I'm going to want lots of space for it. Oh, I went the wrong way. Damn it, I hate that left turn business. It's like it's a NASCAR race. Sorry, and my brain is kind of now filtering through and trying to figure out how I want to do this. And I'm thinking I'm starting to get some ideas. Basically, kind of how I have my monorail tracks laid out here side by side for going in each direction. I'm thinking that's actually a pretty good spacing to have, you know, actual factory buildings sit on top, right? So we have one track here, and then we build the train kind of spanning across like a more traditional type train on it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I think I'm getting somewhere on this idea. Thank you, man. Valis, that was a great idea. It's got my brain percolating. It's got me thinking. And I'm starting to envision what it might look like. So basically a circular track with a Christmas tree in the middle. So for those of you who have more traditional type Christmases, and those of you who've watched the movie A Christmas Story, that's kind of like a Christmas tradition, is having the toy train running around the tree in a circular pattern. So why can't we maybe do something similar? And I'm thinking that we have some pretty good space down here. We have a look at the map for why do you guys turn yellow? For resources, yeah, see we got lots of iron, lots of copper, not a lot of coal, but I mean I can steal coal from other locations. There is coal up here, so that would be off in that direction, which is not great landscape. Thanks, man. But I'm gonna run with it. No, I'm totally you have given me the idea that I actually was looking for and hoping that someone can help me. So I really appreciate it. We are definitely going to be doing this idea. Yeah, and I think we're going to do it right down there. Okay. So if we're going to do it down there, we're going to need to get down there. Let's have a quick run over there. So I'm going to switch on to the old jetpack. So yeah, we are going to be definitely putting on pause our phase 5 objectives for the next little while. Last week we did get the Mark 6 stuff unlocked. So we got that goal unlocked. We already have our, nuclear pasta up there. But I think for the month of Ficsmas here, we are going to focus mostly on that, because it is a pretty sizable distraction. So if we have a bunch of resources over here, yeah, so there we are, there's the nodes. I'm gonna need a bunch of buildings, and I can, oh hey, look at that, we got something we can eat. Okay, so we've already visited this guy here. Hey boys, how's it going? How's life? Did we want to have a discussion about something? Yeah, no. You guys can just... Oh. Oh, there's 3 of you. I like the gun where I don't have to aim. Yeah, it is one of the nicer biomes. Very lots of resources and pretty good terrain here. Yeah, I've built in here before a couple of times with buddies as well as by myself. Yeah, it's a great biome, and I think it's gonna be just fine for our Ficsmas stuff today. Ooh, inventory full. In the parlance of space engineers, inventory full. Inventory full. Okay, so I am going to need a real train to be able to get through here, I'm thinking. Which I've got a good span here, so I can, yeah, so I've got a good little place I can break off the rail, so I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I am going to need to make some kind of circle, and making circles in this game can be a challenge, to say the least. All right, where are we going? Hello, you. Let me reload and lose the bugs. I hate the bugs. Bugs. Bugs go bye-bye. Okay, so like I said, we are going to eventually at some point need the iron and copper, so that would be over here, where we have lots of it. I don't have to build here. Oops. This is why you should reload before... Okay, reload. No, don't spit. Ow! There. Okay, who else is down here? No one else is gonna bother me. Y'all got something else to do now. That's awesome. Leave me alone. I'm tinking, and I'm gonna go over here. So the first thing is, okay, let's have a quick boo back at our earlier pictures. So from our earlier factories, not that one, I mean that one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 buildings. So that gives me an idea of the size, or how many buildings I need. Each of these is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 4x4. So if I do train cars 4x8 in length, that should give me enough. Yeah, working in the scale. This is going to be the fun part. Is just figuring out how much room and how big everything needs to be. Because I'm going to have to bring it all over here at some point in time. So let's get in a foundation. Let's try to get it at least snapped to the grid, and we'll put you into place. Should probably also grab a power line so I can use my hover pack. So this is going to be a lot of ADHD Satisfactory at first. As I kind of get myself organized here. So I'll be kind of flipping and flapping and going here and going there and doing the other thing. I have an idea. Building the train, spiraling around that highest point in the game, that pillar by your factory to the north. Like around the whole base of the mountain is what you're suggesting, eh? Yeah, except I want to... it's a good idea. Yeah, no, I'm not knocking the idea here. It's just I think kind of what I've got percolating in the brain is getting it into a round platform. So again, basically recreating this guy's platform here, which is what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's about 11, 22 blocks across. So I'm thinking maybe like 25 block radius. So it'll be a 50 block diameter. Circular pattern with the Ficsmas tree in the center elevated. So a lot. Whoops, not that guy here. Where did that image go? It is right here. So again, the base, very much like this. I'll even keep the trees because that actually, I like having the trees on the outside here. So what I'm thinking then is this being a little bit bigger. We're going to have the ring of trees. Then I'm going to have the track. So I'll go out to 22. We'll lay the inside track. Then I'll set a second track I'm going to use the monorail. So our actual train tracks. And then kind of fake build on top of that. Ish. I have no idea if I can make it work because now I got to deal with the crazy. Yeah. Yeah, 50 wide, that would be pretty damn big. I mean, I want to give it lots of space, right? And that is just rough estimate off the top of my head now. Oh, yeah. Starting a project is always the kind of moment because, you know, just coming up with the ideas and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to do here is let's grab some power off of something. And let's see if I can switch to the hover pack. Did it on the fly. I think, yeah, so what I'm going to do here is let's grab a power tap off of this fella here. So that should be this. And where are we going to put this? We'll put this right here. Best part, brain work. Okay. Brain work-ish. So I'm going to point you there. Then we'll grab a tower. And we'll snap you over here. I'm going to fall. Maybe I can get back under electrical influence. Come on. There we go. Let's get this guy positioned here. And we'll start our nudging. I have no idea if that's centered. I got to figure out if that's centered. And gliding. There we go. Nope, not quite centered. And we give it a nudge that way. How are you doing over in the corners here? You look to be centered now, so boom. And run that line. Oh, off the wrong tower here. Let's get it off the right tower. Here we go. And back up into the air. Okay. So now we have power over to here. Let's grab another power tap. Because we can get this guy to here. And then we can come, let's see, right to there. Okay, so height-wise, so if we're going to have the central kind of axle point being there, how high up do I want to go? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-ish. Should be all right, I guess. So let's get our zoop on. We're going to come up vertically to like right there. And then we're going to come out. So that's 10. So that is 21 for a radius. Is that going to be enough? That might actually be enough. All right, need more power. Need more power, Scotty. I cannot do it, Cap. Oh, wait, I can. There we go. Again, just so I can keep floating, I'll replace those lines somewhere else. So let's get our spokes out here. Okay, so we got now a radius of 22. If we flip into our track, so this would then be the inside track, which is too long, so we're going to need to get some 45s in here. So let's do that. So 45 rotation. Let's make sure everyone's nice and centered. Right about like that. Yeah, is that gonna be about right? Yeah, I think so. Okay, we come out like that. And like that, and like that. Because then now I can come underneath and stretch out my 10. Grab that, and that should come out to 10. I think these guys here are going to be temporary. I just want to see what that rotation and have enough in place. Ow, don't fall. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. We are going to live. I'm alive. I'm gonna go like that. Because now I can come over to here. Really need, got crap range on these hover packs. And up in the air again. Let's keep it and come back the other direction. Watch your Jackie hover juice. And over to there. So as I'm putting this in, just to kind of remember, most again to remind myself, is that this is just the inside of a track. There will be 2 tracks running and the trains spanning over top of them, which is going to be interesting to do. I'm not normally very known for my sculpting ability. Like, oh my god, some of the people that I see doing giant cars, sports cars that look realistic, and airplanes, and there are some really amazingly talented people who play this game. And I hate them because they just do such amazing work, and I get so very jealous. It's a my issue, it's not a them issue. So it's not usually my forte. As you can see by my buildings, I kind of have a very set in stone style. It's, again, I like the brutalist decorative type aspects on there. So this will be interesting. The cars, not so much, but yeah, I want to get that idea of the steam engine. So I'm really going to run with that. And we do have some kind of good blocks for that. So if I grab and we put a little bit of a platform here, I'm thinking I do already have my giant Ficsmas tree, which I have to go make some branches for, but put the giant Ficsmas tree here. Okay, so let's get some workshops and stuff in here. So we're going to grab a workshop. Drop you into place. Let's grab a crafting bench and throw you down. Because I think I should be able to make a bunch of Ficsmas branches in one of these. Hello? Can you be made elsewhere? Or do I have to set up a machine for you guys? Oh, I also have to go set up a MAM. Yeah, I am going to need a machine to make the branches, which is a bit ironic. Okay, so if I need a machine to make the branches, I need a place to make the branches. So we'll just quickly drag this out here. This will be a very temporary location. I mean, it's a certain irony that I have to set up a small factory so I can build a larger factory. I suppose that actually is exactly how the real world works. Someone's got to build the supplies. Ficsmas. So, I think I need constructor. Hello, Mr. Constructor. You sit there. There we are, Ficsmas tree branch. That needs a crap load of gifts, so we throw some gifts in there. And look at that, I have power. I have the power. Right there, and we'll just let those do some making stuff. Okay. So the next question is do I go out with the next run? Maybe I should do it over here where I actually have a power tower down there. Or do I put it on the inside? And I'm thinking, which will work better? Well, let's just do it and see what happens. Let's turn that stupid ass glaring flashlight off. Where do I want to go? No, I guess we have to go with this gauge. Yeah, we're going to have to go with this gauge. So we'll come to there. And then we'll come over to here. And again, we'll do the ring around the rosy. Like so. Yeah, this actually might work. And I'm not sure what best way of getting the rest of it. I think probably using the pillars. Problem with using pillars under the track, sorry, I completely and utterly random thoughts and stuff like that here, is getting a circle transcribed. Now there are mods. There's a perfect circle mod, which is actually awesome. But I'm not using any mods on this playthrough. For whatever reason, I decided not to use any mods. Can I have the picture? Thank you. So kind of figuring out what the best way of doing this circle for my particular needs here. Now, doing curves and stuff like that, if you're not worried about coming back to, and it's just, again, what effort. So I can use, yeah, it's the radius. It's just getting everything to line up. Let's hide the gun. Well, let's just get these guys in here first, and then we'll figure out what we want to do. And there we go. All right, so if we have those as our circle, I can then build try not to kill yourself when you fall. I could get away with just 3 cars wide. Oh, this... Oh, it didn't hurt. Okay, so... Yay, see, now as soon as I start adding in the blocks, that's where things get a little bit more interesting. This is gonna be a stream of me doing Not, of course, doing this means I also got to figure out not just the upper part of the vehicle, but also how am I going to do the trucks underneath, or the whatever you call it, the thing that, you know, the wheels. What do we got? What have I got? What have I got? What have I got I can use for wheels? Because these guys don't like being on their side, and they're going to be too big anyway. What do we got in here? Ooh, we got just the perfect thing. We got our vents. Yeah. Are these too small? How would that look? Hmm. Not sure here, man. Not sure. Again, great idea. Can I pull it off? I'm an engineer, damn it, not a architect. Yeah, see, my brain is screaming, no, don't do this to us. So it really is, can I pull this off? Are you drunk over there, buddy? And if I am going to do this, have I got the distance right? No, see, I need to come in a little bit here. So we'll have buildings 5 across. I don't know, man. I don't know. I love the idea. I just don't know if I'm capable of doing it and doing it justice. Because that's going to be how many cars? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, 8, of course. It's a. Gotta figure that one out without having to count. 7 carts. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is not enough at this range. Ugh. I don't think I actually have the brain power to do this. What I can do, though, because I still like the idea of the train running around the outside. I do like the idea. I just don't think I'm going to be able to competently, you know, as they say, know your limits, right? Competently be able to make and sculpt out the train as a factory. Yeah, and there are definitely dozens, if not hundreds, of people who probably could do it. I just unfortunately don't. The amount of effort it is, you know, it really is kind of a effort, you know, reward type thing, right? I mean, we could just have a train that goes round and round and round. If the train's delivering anything, we can have it part of the route. Okay, I'm going to hold off on any final decision yet. Let's just start by getting a foundation in place. That might be the best thing. And then see what I can do with that. So I'm going to get rid of this inside track. Like that. And yeah, see at 45 I can't do like enough of a half rotation to get you to go through, because it yeah. Alright, so let's get some pillars down here. Let's get some more power lines over here so I don't keep falling and drifting downward. How you doing? How you making out? Yeah, give me 100 there. Is that gonna be enough for a giant Ficsmas tree? Oh, that's right. I needed that for the Ficsmas tree. Oh, need 10 more. Okay. Here, we'll do that, and that way I know when I'm going to have enough. I could also just start dumping them into a dimensional depot. I do. Oh, you know what? I have the parts for it. I do have the parts for it. That is not a dimensional depot, is it? That is the dimensional depot. So let's do that, and then we can just throw a belt onto it. Like, there we go. And hell, let's throw some more presents in there. Okay. Now, I was stringing some temporary power lines before I was so rudely interrupted by myself. I'm going to throw just randomly somewhere down there. And we'll throw one there. Again, I am only doing these temporary so I can continue to hover whilst I do my construction. like that, and let's just keep going around. I think getting this thing circularized is going to be a bit of time. But until then, there we go. Okay, so now I can hover with impunity. So let's start doing the division by 2. So that looks to be about the halfway mark between the other 2 spokes. So we'll grab in here and we'll put in a pillar right there. We'll grab our foundation. We can get rid of that now and put that in there. That's going to turn Zoop off because I just want the one. Okay, so there we go. There's that one. Then we will have another pillar. Right there. And then how would it work if I go right there? One there. No, that's not enough. So we are going to have to do some splitsies. So we go there, and then we go there, and about halfway. Like that. Will you answer true? Poopy, 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 poopy. Yeah, it lines up perfectly there, but not so much on the other side. See, this is one of the things about using the pillar method here. If I'm just doing straight up curves and need to get stuff going down, but when you gotta finish a circle off, this is where it gets a little bit more tricky. Oh, there we go. Okay, that seems to be okay. How about now? How about you? How about you? How about you? How about you? How about Bob? How about there? Yeah, see, not even. And that's the kind of shit that just bugs the hell out of me. Oh, that is just so gonna bother me till the ends of the freaking earth. Who is the mod manager? Is it all up to date? I imagine it is. Okay, I might just need to add. Oop, that's not. We don't need that. I just might need to add the mod. Come on. Oh, I don't even have it installed. Or do I? Yes, I do. Oh, that's modeler. I don't even have it installed, which is problematic. Factory. Manager. Yeah, I am off the side here. I am gonna downloading. I think for this, yeah, I am gonna need it. I don't. Maybe I can put my half walls. I don't want to fall into. I've been trying to avoid mods, for a bit, as much as possible, just because there is so much goodness that already exists within the game. So I have been kind of avoiding loading up the mods, but I do need a clean mod. I need a clean circle. I need a clean circle. Select your preference to get started. Apply changes when I add or move a mod. Wait for me to press apply. English, yes, yes, yes. Get started. Okay. More circles. Circle. Nope. Perfect circle. Compatible. All right, I need to go to the other computer because it's got all the goodies on there as well. Yeah, this is exciting. Watching, isn't it? Where is it? Is it still here? Hoverpack extension, perfect circles, and quick copy. So it is up there. Search for perfect. Why do I not? Oh, that's because it's looking at the experimental branch. Nothing easy this morning. Had a vague idea of what it is I wanted to do, but now it's all completely gone. Okay, let's try. Let's try doing this a slightly different way. No, see, that's not going to work either, is it? Oh, wait, with infinite nudge. Yeah, a lot of talking to myself going on here. My brain is just kind of trying to figure out what the hell it is that I want to do. It's not happy about it. It really is not happy about it. So if I look at that spot right there. Excuse me, you're wrong building mode there, buddy. There we go, freeform. Freeform it. Freeform it. And then again, we look at the corner here. So if I take the foundation, I can't really lay you anywhere else along that route, but that is the correct. So if I start nudging you, I can, in fact, get you to line up like that. Maybe half a nudge. And then we can run you. Yeah, see, there you go. It doesn't line up, and that bothers me. Okay, so let's try a different way. Let's try it this way. I take you, hold down the control key. Can I somehow get you centered? Here, let's go over here where I don't have shit in my way. Sorry, I have stuff in my way. Yeah, see, that's not the right angle again. This game just does not lend itself easily to anything circular. Yeah, see there, it's offline again. It's not right again. Mm. 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 Yeah, I think it's because I got the game running. Okay, nope, I gotta get that mod in here. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to move forward here. So I am going to take a couple of minutes here. I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna have to close the game down to load the mod manager and find the mod that I need. So I'm gonna take a quick break here. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Stick around and hopefully we can get our circles done. So I shall return. Okay, so I've got the mod theoretically loaded. I'm gonna need to run back to the hub to unlock it because it is new tech. So we'll take a quick trip. Fly, my pretty, fly. Now I've got that song stuck in my head. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Oh, I do have a wire thingy, don't I? Which is probably no faster than what I'm currently doing. Back down on the track. Oh, and let's hide that. This is probably the fastest way for me to start moving, so we'll just bounce along. Now, I don't know if the hub actually, or the perfect circle mod actually is functional. I'm not getting an error, but it wasn't showing up as compatible for whatever reason. Hey, morning, Lee. Oh, I hope everything works out okay. Everything good? I hope you're okay. Hope everyone is okay. I hope it was... Well, that sucks, man. Nothing worse than an emergency on a Saturday morning. All right. And in the... But to make you feel better, in the span of the last hour, I've accomplished absolutely nothing. Yep. Not a bit. I've made some foundations. Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for my 2025 Ficsmas build. And Velas has suggested a Santa train, and I love the idea. I just don't know if I can pull it off. Or I'm going to go with a kind of a Christmas village with kind of Swiss chalet style. While I'm here, let's also look for number 6. There's 4, there's 15, 16, 5 is there. Easter 6, there's 9, 18. I always give it an effort. I always put a little bit of that extra effort in before I hit the help button. You know, play the game. However, at a certain point in time, I just don't really feel like... Oh, okay, get a hint didn't really help me. Oh, I need to enter the number 6. 6. There you... Oh, geez, that is good. Okay, that one's good. That is really good. You sneaky bastards. Oh, basic Ficsmas skins. Yay! On the 6th day of Christmas.
Obviously, these Ficsmas decorations do not increase efficiency. In fact, they are a downgrade on every level. They can be found in the customizer.
Ada does not like Ficsmas. I'm going to tell you that. Ada does not like... do not do that. Does not like Ficsmas. Okay, I don't have the perfect circles. Shoot. Yeah, I didn't think the mod was actually working. Damn it. What else we got in the old mod? Perfect circles mod Satisfactory. Anybody else have the perfect mod as much as I am? That's a year ago. Okay, well, maybe someone's got a better method for doing this.
I've put together
Yeah, it really is. I guess doing the spokes is probably going to be my best bet. Oh, this, yeah. There's a lot of math going on this one. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just reading. Yeah, just the perfect circle doesn't seem to want to work on this version. I don't know why, but screw you, you bastards. Okay, let's head back. This is gonna be a complete and utter get nothing accomplished stream today, I think. Oh, hey, I'm good, Donner. Help sort out. Alien, I think the train sounds cool. Yeah, the train does sound cool. It's not so much an idea, it's more of a capability question. I'd love to do the train. I just... But I'm stalling out. I haven't made a decision yet. I'm first trying to just see if I can get a frickin' circular platform out here. Which is vexing me somewhat. Too many years relying on using the perfect circle mod. Which means... I've broken my... No, 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 no. You gotta fly out there, buddy. You are gonna need to fly. Let's get the old jetpack on and... Woo-wee! Okay. What part about jetpack on did you miss? Whee! A little faster doing it this way. That way I can cut straight across the train. Yeah, I hear you back there. Okay, let's tease these guys. Whee! Hey, you gotta have a little fun while you're zipping around. And bounce. Okay, so I think, yeah, the best way that I'm gonna do this is just to do the slight rotation, slight rotation, slight rotation, and then use beams to help fill in whatever gaps might exist. No, come on, please and thank you. Switch that over. Okay, so let's move this. Let's move this. We're gonna leave the Christmas tree off there. You can see I've got the bits for it now. All right, so we are going to go and I'm gonna get rid of this row and ring here. So I have just you, so I can go one tick. Let's see where that positions us. Let's get rid of that, and then we can go and zooptastic. Yep, okay, that's perfect. Here I have been overly thinking it. This is what happens when you overthink things. Oh, in fact, I don't need any of these other guys here, so then we can go one more tick. Like so, and then we can go all the way out again. And give the extra one right there. Lose you too. And one more tick. Nope. Hang on. One more tick. This is tedious, but I really don't see any other way. So this is what we're doing. I'm gonna come back in the other direction now, so we're gonna go one. What am I doing? Which should be lined up, so I need to be 45. So 45. And then we go one tick. And then we zoop you out, and that should get you to the end there if it was placed correctly. You do not appear to be placed correctly. Why have you betrayed me so? Okay, so again, we gotta go to 45. Go back by one. Let's hit the H just to make sure I'm actually centered this time, which I am nowhere near being centered, so we're gonna nudge you. One way or another, I'm gonna nudge you. I'm gonna move you over there. Not here. I want you somewhere else. I want you so far, not right here. Get me a place to be. I'm gonna stretch you out and cheat with a nudge. 'Cause one way or another, I'm gonna place ya. I'm gonna put you one way, or maybe this way, or maybe some way, other, one way or another. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna draw the circle. Yes, I'm gonna one way. Maybe next day. Yeah, I completely lost it. Damn it, I was doing well there for a while. Okay, that is, by when I say well, I mean, you know, finding the next lyric and rhyme, not necessarily the singing. This is tedious. I need two more to stretch it out. Okay, getting closer, and closer, and closer. And then we gotta go one more like that. No, I hit the old H just to make sure you're... Yeah, this is gonna take frickin' forever. This is why it would be nice if that Perfect Circles mod was actually functional, but I didn't think it was, because for whatever reason it wasn't. But you know what, this is more or less working. So that's one. Okay. And then I can come back like that. I'll put you there. Oh, wow, that is nowhere near where I want you to be. I actually want to split the line between you guys now. Now, let's aim you that way. Yep, that should work. Well, you know what? The first one's going to be the longest one. Once I kind of... Oh, wow. Yeah, see? That's the kind of stuff that just drives me nuts. But, ooh. No, no, no. We do not do that. We don't do that kind of stuff here, son. What we do instead is we're going to use our beam to connect across like so. Because then I can reverse engineer him by going boopity, 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 and boopity, 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 boop. Let's get you centered up a little nicer, like right about there. You guys are... Ugh. Yeah. Ah. Let's try that again. Oh, wait, don't lose the 45. Which one was the 45? It's all going wrong, man. All right, I'm going to try method number 2 here. Let's see if I can get this method to work. First thing I need to do is let's add... Where can I put the catwalk? Let's put the catwalk somewhere where it's easily accessible. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff there. So, okay, we'll add our catwalk to this menu here. So we're going to go into our queue, build menu. We're going to look for our catwalk intersection, and we're going to throw that on number 3. Because with this, I can go like that, and then we can do just a tiniest little bit of angle change here, like that, come out by 2, and then we can snap him there. And I suppose I can use the track here as a bit of a guide. Problem is also getting the right radius, right? We come like that. Okay, let's see if we can't fake it out here. See, it doesn't line up. That is not good. That is not what I want. Let's take all of this stuff out of here. Actually, no. What am I doing? This was working. You know what? Let's just do this. Let's keep going around and see and complete at least one radian. Can I get one of you guys to come over here and give me a little bit of a guide? So you were right there. You do line up quite nicely there. Okay. The catwalks. Probably, but is only that's the minimal click I can do. That's the problem with using the catwalk method, is the catwalk has like a couple of degree rotation each time. Which is, you know, that's a good method if you're just trying to do like curved roads and stuff like that. But if you're trying to draw an actual circle, it can get a little bit awkward. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be my best way of getting all the way around here. The irony is most of these foundations I'm going to actually pull out again. Something beeped. Don't like it when I have random beeps. Okay, well, you know what? That actually works. Okay, that's what I'm gonna. That's the way I'm gonna do it. Now I just have to do it 7 more times. 7 more times? 8 more times? 6 more times? Some other random number of times. Let's lose that so I can get everything back squared so I know which ones are the cardinal directions. Okay, and then we are just going to go that way. Again, click by 1 and out. Click by 1 and off we go. And this is why mod makers exist. Just have to get nice and efficient here. What I'd also like to do is declutter my HUD. Ooh. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Apparently you do. For a reason it lost its orientation, so we're just gonna get you back. Like so. Alright, 2 more twists should do it. Would you stop doing that? Can we not do that, please? I'm gonna get rid of all the inner ring here just so I can see where you're supposed to be lined up. So that would be you. Like that. Yeah. And then you can come back into here. Thank you. And you need to go 1 more tick that way. All right, 1 more for this spoke, and it does seem to be working out okay for me. So we'll go 45, and then we come back by 1 tick that way. That should line me up just nicely down here. How are we doing? Hey, that's actually working. Okay, it is tedious as hell, but it works. Okay, next spoke, and I think, yeah, we're gonna go 1 way that way. Oh, actually, that's the 45 radian. So we're gonna start here and Hold the control key down and one rotation over. And out we go. Let's lose these two guys here. And one tick. And out we go. I'm too low down. And I got rid of one too many foundationies. Isn't this riveting TV, guys? Good God. Yep, hour and a half in, and I put on some foundations. I haven't even got the damn tree in yet. But I suppose I could have done... I'm going to do a lot of stuff off camera. I think, just to kind of get some of this more of this foundational, but excuse you? Okay. Yeah, at least I'm getting a clean corner. Okay, so the values of the rotations do work out. I've always been somewhat suspicious of them in the past. Oh, would you stop? Okay, and I should theoretically be able to meet it back in the middle here somewhere. Do you still line up? No, you don't. See, that's why I don't go that way. Point. That should be the right way there. Yes, okay. You're all still lining up down here, right, guys? And in the meantime, I am getting all kinds of prezzies delivered to me, which is good. Get rid of the inside circle here. No more insiders. And need to come... Probably need to aim a little nicer here. And out. Okay. The other thing about getting curves here is also making sure that whatever radius you have, the blocks do meet corner to corner, which is not always necessarily the case. However, I just happen to hit the right value here, and that should be correct. Really wish I had a copy paste function here that I could just grab half of this thing, or even better, some sort of symmetry functionality. I think maybe I need to reposition you. Yeah, let's do this 45 better. Make sure it's centered. Actually, yeah. I'll rotate it by 45. And then out the same amount. How did you do? Are you cleaner now? Not even close. All right, let's try that again. And I might need to do a nudge fake on it, but, or I can actually hit it the correct way. Okay, perfect. If you do it right, it actually works. All right, the next batch of radials. So we're gonna go here, and then we'll do it all again. And go, and come back, and pick one, and off you go. Every once in a while, I'm gonna have a little look-see here. Make sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Yes, you are. Funny thing is, I've got everything I need for the Christmas tree now, except the spot to put it. So we're just gonna keep going here. And off we go. I'm dreaming of a FICSIT. No, let's try that again. Hang on. I'm dreaming of a concrete. No. Single syllable. And why are you suddenly going the wrong way? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And what happened to you? You, my little troublesome dove, are in incorrect location. So let's get rid of you. You and your little dog too. Okay. Yep, that was that one. So you were fine. You were fine. It was you. You were not fine. So we'll come to here. Then I can go like that, put one down, get rid of the one underneath. And one underneath. And then if I go up by 9, everything should be nicely lined up. Yes? Yes. Excellent. Thank you. I appreciate your efforts in this matter. Thank you for your attention. I'm going to do the same thing again. Keeping perfectly lined up, and then we're going to go by 1 like that. Get rid of the guys underneath here. And then we can run that one out. With the 9th one at the end. There we go. That's better. Had the wrong screen going. Okay, where am I? I am just about to finish the first half. Yay! Okay, well, if you're going to be lined up like that, maybe I should leave the inside one. Yeah, I'm going to do that from now on. It might make it easier for the placement. Perfect. Okay. So you guys are all good. Let's clean you all out now. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, that actually makes it easier for me to keep an eye on. Okay, okay, that's good. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. Because now I can just go like that. Yeah. Oh, that's much better. See, sometimes it's never about the end result, it's always about the process. Once you've found your process, the end result takes care of itself. So if I want to make sure that everything's properly lined up, let's make sure I have something to reference against, which just happens to be these inside spokes. Yes, it comes with its own challenges, like it is harder to see and maybe, but it does actually give more clarity. So once again, the process wins. So you can see when it bops out like that, it's much easier for me to return back to the reference point. And away I go, because there's some sort of weird auto rotation thing in there messing that up. See, there it does again. It might have to do with which one I'm selecting as my sample, but you know what? It is just the thing we have to bear. All right, so again, I should be able to get you there and then go to there and out to the center. Yes, that worked actually quite well. Excellent. Okay, see, we're speeding up. Once you've got your process down and once you kind of do all your debugging at the beginning, the process also allows you to get more efficient and speed your work up. So I can get rid of all these guys now and make sure we have some nice inside corners. More or less. Sure, this radian here I think is going to be out of place, so we're going to get rid of you like that. We'll bring you back to there so we can continue on, and we're just going to do just that. So you are lined up there, one tick, one block, and stretch. And we line you up first with him, and then we go one tick, and then we drop a block, and then we go wee. This is just so exciting. Okay, and then one tick. You go there, and off you guys go. With any luck, I should end up centered on this center part here. As long as I haven't drifted off too much. I mean, everything looks okay. Yeah, everything still looks okay around there. This is why I do not do circles on a regular basis. Okay, where were you? You were right here. So one more tick. Drop you into place. And out we go. La 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 la. Nope, 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 nope. And then out by 10. There are people who have the patience to do this all the time. I don't think I'm one of them. This is why curves are for special occasions only. Okay, let's see how we did over here. Are we still got a nice clean edge? We still have a nice clean edge, and we even have a widow present right there for us. Okay, one more quadrant left, and we're finally done with this Damnable circle, and we can start setting up the tree line. And get the big Christmas or Ficsmas tree into place. Okay, I'm gonna bring you back to here. We can keep getting rid of some of you. Like we're gonna be able to get rid of a lot of these guys on the inside ring. But not just yet. Right now, we still want to do this. Oh. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. I forgot we have vertical nudging now. Yeah. Will this work? And I'm an idiot. I am such an idiot. While I was going in this direction, I could go in that direction. In fact, I don't even need to do this part anymore. What am I doing? Sheesh. Once you have a half, you have the whole thing. All I need to do is just extend these bastards out. So let's clear more of these guys out so I can see the end bits. Oh, I'm such a sometimes when the obvious completely gets missed. Like, why am I doing it the hard way? Because I can literally now just stand over here and grab these guys and send them on their merry little way. Like that. I mean, maybe not as easy as I think, but no, it is. Yep, that works. You are the 45 problem child, so we can get rid of you. Like that. Yeah, yep, 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 yep. And if I go out a little bit further here, it'll make it easier to make the selections. So we'll grab that whole slice of the pie. These. Yeah, I think that's... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Except I am going to take another quick break here. Just got to run to the facilities, and I shall be right back. And we'll finish off this sucker. Okay, let's carry on getting the rest of our radials in. Sounds like I'm putting in tires. Okay, so you are that one. So the next one over, you go down to here. Nope, they're for that one. Okay. So somewhere in between you two, and again, I'll just keep pushing this back. I mean, I was going to do this anyway at some point. There we go. All right. So I do need a reference point. So you're there. So for the next one over is right here. See there. Let's lose whatever's in here. There we go. Here. And we'll just clean up these blocks. That. Okay, and which direction am I going now? Either or. Okay, so you went to there. That means you will go out to that. So that is that radial, which already exists. So that's fine. So we'll take you back to there. Then we'll grab your little neighbor here. Hey there, Mr. Neighbor. Won't you be my neighbor? And out to there. Ooh, this is much nicer. And of course, we'll just clean up a few bits and pieces as we're going, so I can keep track of what it is I'm actually doing, which is a strange thing. Okay, and to there. Ooh, this is working so much better. It's so much nicer when you remember that, hey, if you do it on one side, you can do it on the other, you dumbass. And of course, we got to finish all the way out again, which will take me to there. You do not belong. And you'll just back sweep to there. Yeah. Okay. Now we're all closed up to there. Now we just have to figure out the rest of these guys here. So again, we'll just pull these out. Like so. Let's figure out where you meet up here. I'm going to get rid of everything back to there. Like that. I think that's about how I'm going to keep it the kind of outer ring out to the 3 blocks there, and then I'm going to square everything off again. I'm thinking there will definitely be some prodigious cleanup involved, but for now we can just keep doing this. Got so focused on the one direction, I can't believe I completely and utterly forgot. Well, you know, you can go the other way at the same time, dumbass. The circles got me all discombobulated. And let's get rid of this ring here. And back to there. And then once again, we grab, not you, to the center. And to the edge. To the center, to the edge. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. It's working! It's working! There's a kid who got a frickin' raw deal. Jake Lloyd. Like, you just gotta sometimes wonder about Star Wars fans. Like, what the hell, guys? Stop picking on a kid. It's not his fault that George Lucas can't frickin' do dialogue. And you know what? I'm gonna forgive him that because he can do everything else really, really well. He's an actual storyteller. Unlike certain J.J. and Snyder. I think you are already in place, aren't you? Yeah, okay. So you're already in place, so we can leave you. And there we go. Oh, you are fine, so we can leave you. So I'm marking the inner ring as the ones that are already there. That's not going to be, and so we'll get rid of these guys here as well. And then we can now go back to the center, and that should be giving me the rest of my radio. Yes, it does. The nice thing is once all of this is in, I never have to freaking think about it again. Oh, 100%. So was the new Star Trek stuff, movies that is. I was somewhat okay with the 2009 Star Trek, but everything after that was just no. Apparently these people have never watched a freaking Star Trek episode in their lives. Oh, I'm not talking TV stuff. Pure movie stuff. Yeah, the TV, actually, this TV stuff was good. I liked all of the TV stuff. Ahsoka, The Mandalorian, Boba Fett, yeah, okay, it wasn't great. But it wasn't awful. You know, at least it had a internal consistency. And I think a lot of that is the original, you know, character Boba Fett. He went through a lot of growth on there. So there was character development. Even the, what was the Acolyte? I liked the Acolyte. I don't know why people were shitting all over it. I thought it was a good story. But, you know, people are dickheads. Like there was some potential, some good lore and world building there. But yeah, the JJ Star Wars movies were absolute trash. Because JJ hasn't the first freaking clue what actually it means to be a director. By his own words, he hasn't a freaking clue of what it means to be a storyteller. Does he have a good eye for a shot? Sure. Just like Snyder can compose a good, shot. But the whole point of being a director is to be a storyteller. And when your philosophy is based on the mystery box, look, I have a box. It has something inside. We are never going to open the box and discover what is inside. That's not good storytelling. That is garbage storytelling, and he should be ashamed. If he never works again, I will be happy. And look at his history. Both of them, Snyder and Abrams. Lost. How did that work out? Yeah. What do you know? The mystery, the box never gets solved, and people are going away going very disappointed. No one was happy with how that story resolved itself. Big shocking surprise there. The Star Wars movie, or Star Trek movies, nothing but surface. Snyder, the only good movies he's done, things like Sin City and 300. he wasn't the one telling the story. In fact, it was Frank Miller. That was all Frank Miller. Just the only reason that Snyder got the credit is because Miller was not part of the Directors Guild. So, of course, that makes studios upset and unions upset. But, you know, Snyder had his name on it, and that's about it. Snyder was the cinematographer for Frank Miller. So that worked out. I mean, if you want to know what Snyder's storytelling is, watch the Rebel Moon series, where we have a 5-minute freaking slow-mo montage of people planting grain that absolutely has no point in the story. Like, it just makes no freaking sense. Don't even get me started on the freaking Martha bullshit. Like, just the motivations of the character are garbage. They're edgelords trying to be cool. Like, just no. Whereas James Gunn, not just, you know, trying to be a, you know, James Gunn fanboy or anything like that, but because of it's a good example of contrast. He was more about the heart. He was both him and David Cornsett were all about what was the heart of the character. What is the story, the character? What is the character feeling? Not just what would look cool. And then hiring Jesse Eisenberg to be Lex Luthor. Great, methed out Twitch boy. That's a really nasty Lex Luthor. Whereas the new guy, and sorry, I just can't remember his name offhand, captured that absolute, yeah, of course I'm jealous. That was the whole motivation for Lex Luthor, not necessarily based on the original. So the original Lex Luthor from the 1950s, 60s comic books was actually a friend of Superboy. He grew up in Smallville. He was the richest family in Smallville, the Luthors. And Luthor came up with a chemical cure for kryptonite, except there was an accidental lab fire. Superboy, of course, comes racing to the scene, puts the fire out, but in the process, he blows out all the... he knocks over a bunch of chemicals, they mix, create a toxic smoke, which makes Lex's hair fall out. That's why Lex is bald. And he, just, how dare you? You made my hair fall out, you baddie, meanie. And 1950s, 1960s, right? The motivations are going to be a lot more simple back then. And then you come to the 1980s, where, was it the 80s or was it the 90s? Either late 80s, early 90s, with John Byrne's Man of Steel series, where he kind of rebooted Superman because Superman had become a little too godlike. Where Lex was, in fact, just a corporate who hated to be second fiddle. He couldn't stand the idea of there being someone more powerful than him out of pure jealousy. And that's what they captured in the latest Star Wars or Superman movie. But again, it's, simplistic kind of motivation of a character, but it's also honest motivation. Okay, so let's figure out where the center is, because I should have marked that. Let's get into our customizer. What can that be applied to? I think this is only conveyors, pipelines. Yeah, okay. I'm going to change up my floorboards here to these guys. By the way, rant over. I mean, if you like the Snyder stuff, more power to you, but I cannot stand Zack Snyder as a director. I don't think he is good at the job. If you want someone to give you nice coloring and composing on your shots, absolutely. Just do not let him be in charge of the story. Same thing with Abrams. And the fact that Abrams once compared himself to Steven Spielberg, like, geez, how to miss the mark there. Right, we're going to get our giant Ficsmas tree in finally. There it is. Oops. it is in the wrong place. So yeah, back to your original point, it's the Mandalorian. Yeah, that's because they allowed Fellini, so Dave Fellini and Jon Favreau, who actually, you know, like Star Wars and respect Star Wars. Again, Dave Fellini was the one who did all the Clone Wars stuff. So he was kind of more involved in the animation side of it, which is why we're getting so much of the animation, Rebels, Clone Wars involved in there. Which again is about that universe building. There's consistency. It's not just somehow Palpatine is returned. Dumbest line in frickin' movie history, I think. Somehow Palpatine has returned. Like, wow. And you know, someone might say, well, the original Star Wars, they did a lot of expedition right in the crawl. Yeah, but it wasn't just an entire character that we had watched died. Literally, he was setting a very general thing. There's a government, oppressive government. There's plucky rebels, and they got something that the Empire wants back. Pretty straightforward premise. George Lucas was doing showing, not telling. Whereas The Last Jedi, or whatever the hell it was, or Return of the Sith, or Revenge of the Sith, or... Ugh. Oh yeah, me too, man. Not gonna lie, I don't watch TV or movies much anymore. I don't either. We cut the cable cord 10 years ago now. Yeah, about 10 years ago now. So, you know, we still have internet and whatnot, and yeah, we have our Netflix. But otherwise, it's whatever other stuff I can find. Most TV shows are absolute trash. They have no depth to them. Yeah. Okay, I need a ma'am here. So let's grab a ma'am. So I'm going to put a ma'am right here. So I can see what's the next thing I need to do to get stuff going. So we need a data cartridge for that. I need to set up my candy canes. So I need 50. Which I don't think I have. Need a way to get downstairs. Yeah, and I think I'm going to keep this little section down here as well. It's a nice little hideaway point. All right, let's throw some more of these in there. Well, I got the crystals. Might as well just crank this thing right the hell up. Yeah, I mostly play Space Engineers and watch YouTube now myself. Space Engineers. I do purposely save Satisfactory for the stream. I used to play it just constantly as well. I tend to pick one game and only play one game at a time. And because I'm doing the live here for Satisfactory, I thought, you know, maybe I'll just... Oh yeah, right. It's going into Dimensional Depot. It's going, where's all this stuff going? It's all going up to... there. Okay, I got more than enough. While I'm here, let's just throw some more of these in. I could probably actually set up a temporary container here. So I'll just grab a storage container and get you lined up like that. Yeah. Then we can grab a belt like that, and I can throw the rest of the gifties in there. Let them just feed through. Let them all go. I love the Dimensional Depot. I don't know if I've mentioned it 1,000 times already, but I love the Dimensional Depot. Ooh.
Ho ho, oh whatever.
Ada, you really just need to loosen up and enjoy the holiday spirit. You know what? Oop.
Just get back to work.
Hey, you know, it's not me sending the pictures down. I got Space Engineers for my series, and then I've been playing Return to Moria and Vintage Story for fun. Cool. I think this is gonna be tall enough. I'm also thinking, I'm actually... No, I want the train running around the outside. I do want the train running around the outside. I don't want the train station to be up here, though, so I'm going to do some funky shit with the train to get it to drop up and down. But I do want it to, at least when it gets here, it has to go around the circle. Then it can go down to a lower level to unload. I don't even know if I'm going to need to unload anything. I don't think so. I might be able to get away with drones. I don't know. But what I do know is we can unlock these guys now. No, because it won't read it from the Dimensional Depot. I actually have to throw these into my inventory, so we'll just go grab some of these guys now. Can I have, please? Thank you. Now you can let me research. Start the research. Analysis of the candy cane bash completed. Please choose a new node in the tree to begin new analysis, which is going to be there.
Candy canes are used to create several items. In this case, when combined with the Xeno Zapper, you will gain a piece of equipment perfect for use against anyone on my naughty list, like whoever hard-coded and black-boxed this event.
Okay. So, do I start... I think we can start putting in some housing. We're gonna have our first little house right over here. I hope I've got enough room here. If not, we will have to expand, because we can go quite a bit of a distance here before the circle. Yeah, see, that's our max there, but we could, if I do that, hit H, because we have so much nudging power now, I should be able to fill any gaps that show up like that. Is that the right rotation? It's a little bit more than... Okay, so, yeah, you're the one click out of alignment there, so we would have to use... Sorry, I am distracted again. It is what usually happens, but what I need to do is I want to see... There. And if I grab one of you... Will you? Yeah, so I mean, no. It means I have to go out quite a bit more distance here, but we'll see. Anyway, stop playing with what ifs, deal with what you have now, which is... Gonna need some straight blockages here, at least onto this section. And we can come out there and there and there. Okay, let's grab a constructor production. What else is in Ficsmas? Nothing yet. Constructor, you. Let's put you right about... Problem is, I'm not sure how many I'm gonna need. But you are gonna be making candy canes. What do you need to make candy canes? You need Christmas gifts or Ficsmas gifts. So we're gonna go 1. Let's just put a few of these into, and 3. Let's grab some conveyor nonsense. 1, 2, 3. Gonna need some lights out here. So we're gonna need the 45 for corner there. $45 in the corner there. And there. And right there. And then we grab a normal straight one. Yep, put you there. We'll come back over to here. And there. And the lights are just an excuse to bring power up top. Because right now, all of my power is in fact running off of temporary place lines, but... And these I can change. Ooh, yeah, that's right, because we do get the Ficsmas lights. Oh, I never read it. Oh. Never noticed that I did the power poles incorrectly like that. And I mean bigly incorrectly. Okay, let's drop the underneath here now. And I'll turn my flashlight on so I can see what I'm doing. And we want to make sure that the wire is well hidden. Close enough. And then we can come up there and across to there. Alrighty. So now I have power up top. Start thinking about the buildings here. So we're gonna need some walls. Let's see. Let's go with these ones here. One, 2, 3. Don't know, again, I don't really know how big I need to make these buildings. And then we get a nice peaked roof in here. So I can turn my zoot back on again. Like that. And then like that. What have I got in the way of chimney stuff? I really would love just to have a bunch more decorative blocks in this game. There just is not many, and I don't know how. Yeah, again, mods. I don't go look at mods, but I'd really like them to be built in. We're gonna ignore that little gap right there. No one saw that. That gap was not there. I don't know what you're talking about. What gap? Yep. Here, we'll go across like that, and then we're gonna put in one of you. One of you. This is, well, mind you, I think I'm gonna do each house a little bit differently, so not really I'd call this a prototype, more of just this is what this one's gonna be. Okay, and then just to add a little bit of color. Like that. Yep. Trying to figure out my next project on SE, either a hydrogen plant or a quarry. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still working on the farm. As the latest episode shows. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do after the farm. I don't know if I'm going to go do a Prototech run. Like, do I need to head out into space? The only thing, what's in space is... There we go. Is gold and uranium, but do I need gold and uranium? Not sure why I'm focused on building at the moment. You know, could just hook up the machines and then do the building. Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, threes also don't know if the amount of these guys is going to be enough as well. But we'll get 3 in for now. Yeah. Well, not the planting. There is there's like the mod that came out before the latest update that'll actually drop the seeds for you and kind of do the planting for you automatically, like through an ejector. That apparently has been updated, so that is functioning again. But mostly what I'm going to be doing is the harvesting as wow, I only went 2 across. I could go much further. You know what? 2's fine. But certainly the harvesting, which is vanilla. Because I wanted to try it vanilla first, because the new planting is just so nice. Just run along and go beep, beep, beep. I don't mind planting manually. I did mind the old way they had it. But actual planting of just, you know, clicking on it, that's, you know, that's fair, right? Sowing the seeds is kind of part of farming by hand, so I don't mind it so much as long as it's not super onerous and irritating and annoying. I still haven't actually run anything up to the machine. I'm apparently just going to insist on finishing the damn building here first, then I'll go and do other stuff. Can we... Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, fine. You don't want to have that there yet. We'll just take it away. You know, we want you to be happy too. There you go. See, now everyone's happy. Then we can grab our corner bit and put you in place. We can grab our corner bit and put you in place and into place. I got the modded farming covered in my series. Yeah, I gotta watch your latest episode. I haven't had a chance to do so yet. I'm assuming you're trying to say modded there, Lee. And that can go there. And that can go there. And yep, you stay centered. And centered. I'll have to do some painting material, but you know what? I can, for a first building, let's go with that. So we get some power. Let's get a double wall outlet in here. Go back to the correct menu, which is to you. Yeah, I think that's the mod I was talking about, the easy farming mod. I'm working on mission designs for Andrew Gaming series. So I'm basically writing his encounters. So when he talks about his encounter team, that's me. And he is using that full mod. He's got quite an interesting setup. Not that I'm trying to promote his channel or anything like that, but he's got some good stuff going on his save. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of reorganizing down here. That's the machine that I just am sitting next to is also gonna have to get moved upstairs. But for now, all I really want to do is let's get that in. I'm gonna get a quick splitter in here. I'm gonna get a quick splitter in the right location here. There we go. We're gonna need... Oh, he's using automated planting. Yeah, I haven't even looked at the farming mods, to be honest. Mostly because... what inspired it is the kind of teaser trailers for Apex. Where they had them on the rails sliding up and down. So I want to see if I can do that. I don't do a lot of... Oh, these are all going the wrong way. That kind of automated stuff, you gotta go up. You gotta go up. You gotta go up. There we go. Those guys are connected. You gotta go there. Okay, cool. Let's put a lift right here. Make sure we're on straight. And boom. Okay, let's go grab some prezzies. Presents for me!
A baby could have found this.
Uh-huh. I swear to God, she's getting more and more bitter. Talk to the bosses, man. I'm just doing what the bosses tell me to do. They're going to drop presents on me. I'm going to do and follow through and not ignore them. I don't want to get in trouble with them. Stay over there. All right, that's 300. Anyone else nearby? little fella? You are way too far from the corral for me to actually capture you. I still want my number 4. I am going to have to find the number 4 boy. Because I need Z. And yes, it is actually pronounced Zed. Like civilized people pronounce the letter Z, Z. Sorry. However, the other 3 are Bob, Doug, and Mac, which is Bob and Doug McKenzie. So I'm a victim of that. All right, let's throw these in there. Let's get some candy canes going. And prezzies. It's funny, I spent all that effort trying to get the Mark 6 belts, and I have yet to use them. What's involved in those? Oh, that's because it takes the Toblerones. Yeah. We're going to save those for special occasions. This ain't one of them. There we go. We'll still use the 5s, though. Jeez, what are you doing, man? Alright, so that's all the prezzies. I'm going... Let's go back up top. And we're going to bounce against the floor. Because that's the way out of here. Whee! Let's go grab some candy canes. And what the hell? We can just throw a bunch of these in here because, quite frankly, I've got oodles and oodles and oodles. At least for now. Well, I suppose I could just go Control C and Control V. Man, you really don't... When you play with headphones... Because normally I don't play with headphones. I just use my computer speakers. But when you play with headphones, you hear so much more of the audio. Like, there's some real mechanical clunking going on down there. Alright, so not you yet, but we can do you and get our Ficsmas bows.
Ficsmas bows can be crafted from gifts in the constructor and can be combined with candy canes to make the candy cane decoration. Unfortunately for us both, this is only the first of several decorations, and you have been encouraged to spend your time and effort on these precision-engineered fleeting moments of joy.
I really want the Ficsmas tree. Setters. Okay. Now, for along here, I'm going to clear some of these floorboards out. Being careful not to go too far. Because I am going to line up the next building along that radial. So I'm going to move the Christmas tree branch production up top now. Like that. For this house, quote unquote house, let's start with a pillar here. Wall, nope, let's go in a little bit. So I'm going to start with a pillar there. We'll come over to here with another pillar. Let's go grab our FICSIT wall. And we're going to put our door in here. And let's look at what do we got for windows here. I'm going to put a steel window there. Like that. And for constructors, I'm going to put one. A little bit of a walkway up the middle here. I'll put one there. Can I get up the middle? Not if I do that. If I do that again, set you up for the Christmas branch. I'm going to throw again a bunch of these in there. Actually, really kind of making me think that I might have to go set up an actual synthetic line for those. Mind you, it's easy enough to go on a slug hunt. Let's come back by one like that. And I do, yep, okay. You did copy everything. Yes, you did. And then over here, over here, over there, over here, over there. Where are we? Gonna put that one there. So we're gonna have 4 constructors in here. 4 branches. And then we need to come back to our main so we can get some mergers. Merger. Merger. And up by 1, 2, 3. And 4. Back. Put another merger here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more merger here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because then I can try to snap you guys into place. As long as I hear the little tiny tink. You have indeed locked in. Okay, that actually even looks, passable. All right, all of you guys go into there. Let's finish getting our walls in. And 1, 2, I want to have a little bit of edge there. So we're going to go all the way out to here. And drop you down by 2. And this should get me past. Yeah. Suddenly it went quiet. Freaked me out for just half a sec. How do you guys look? You look okay? Yeah, I think you guys look okay because now I can go across like that. And across like that. We'll get a door. Let's figure out what foundations you need to be connected to. So we are going to do that. I'm going to put the walls in first, I think. Yeah, we'll go up like that. And then we'll go across like that. And then we'll grab a FICSIT front door. Like that. And then we can put these guys back in. Okay, roofline time. Because it's an odd number. Actually, what would it take? No, not towards me. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up to there. And then we can have some like little eaves. I still want to put some sort of chimney on one of these guys. I just have to figure out how I'm going to do that. But for now, we'll just keep doing it this way, and we'll overlap and just get a little bit of eaves there. Love the asphalt roof. Really is my favorite. Let's flip you around. And we'll do the same with the front. We'll give a nice big deck out the front though. Like that. And then we can come in with one of these. One of these. And kind of move everyone else into position. Like there. And there. And then we can just fill these guys up with them. And then we got to go back into our customizer because that is the wrong wall material. Like so. All right, power line. Well, I guess you are kind of like right here. So we'll use another double wall right in the ish center. So center-ish. Grab some wiring and into you. Turn the flashlight off. Gonna go from here, there, and down to here. And across the ceiling. There and there and there and up to there. Fly, my pretties, off to work you go. Okay, then we can patch the backside up here. I think I'm going to change it up to the good old steel wall. Like that. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And yeah, like that. Okay. And back down we go. You can vacuum you up. Vacuum you up now. Vacuum you up. And get rid of you guys. Connecting. We have to feed the machine. Oops, did not mean to do that. And I also just got squirreled again because I realized I need to do something in the... No. Huh. That's an interesting concept. I mean, it's different. but not what I wanted to do. What I am going to have to do, I think, is my wife has this lovely little ceramic Christmas village that she sets out every year. I'm going to have a look at that and see if there can pull any inspiration for some further building. Some structure. Come on, can you please stand up? Can you properly line up? I guess I can do it from inside here. That door, that door. Okay. Nope, didn't mean to do that. How do I want to connect out here? Let's first go to the right menu, so when I hit the right button, it's not some weird random nonsense. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I got lots of roof height here. Let's go up. Yeah. Because then I can grab just a splitter, which is going to come from that direction. That's going to go to that direction. You are going to go into there. You're going to go into there. You're going to go into there. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All like so. Okay. And then we grab a floor hole. Because who doesn't like a good floor hole? Like that. And wrong button again. Yeah, a couple of cute little houses going on here. And look at that, I even got splitters ready to go. So we can put one of you in here. And we'll just throw you. Oh, you don't like that shape. We'll just use a curved one there. All right. Prezzies. I need some prezzies. I have no prezzies. There's some prezzies. Let's go get some prezzies. God, it's like back in the days when you only had biofuel and you had to collect up branches and leaves just lying on the ground because you don't even have your chainsaw yet. Where else do we have off this way? So you basically look for little sparkly trails, and that will lead you to your prezzies. You're gonna take me right near some nasties, aren't you? Oh, hello, you. Hiding in a tree, bush, thingy. We'll grab one more over here. I'll try to pay attention this time to see how many that means I've got. Okay, so that's 410. Bum, 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 bum. It looks like that is it for the ones that are closest to me. Oh, nope, there's a couple more over there. Let's go get these guys. Then we shall dump them into the container and gather our belongings. So, got that one. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000, 16,000, 17,000. 17 second leg. Kind of like to know the leg. Meanwhile, the actual YouTube streaming screen, I think, is about an hour behind. I'm thinking in January I'm going to start working on Twitch. Because, yeah, YouTube's lag time is ridiculous. I'll keep the Saturday YouTube stream, but I'm thinking I'm going to start something also, possibly for Twitch in the new year. Now, that doesn't mean I'm actually going to, but I'm thinking about it. Because Twitch, I think, is a better platform. Okay, for this kind of stuff, anyway. Make it a little nicer here, mostly because I'm clipping a wire, and I don't like clipping wires. Okay. Prezi. I have all kinds of Prezi in here. What are all my Prezi? They're all my Prezi. Off you go. Excellent. Okay, so what did I need for the bows? No, I need to make bows. So we're gonna need yet another hut. Things are getting a little bit crowded in here. Oh, look, there's a Prezi over here. So I'm gonna lose the track. Not a fan of Twitch? Honestly, don't have any experience, either as a viewer or as a user. So, yeah. Something for investigating. And I have to do something with my time. Okay, so over here, what are these neighbors going to look like? Mainly because, you know, kind of a little bit tight here. So we're going to go. We'll be basing it off of, I think, your radian. Not yet. And let's get rid of some more of these. Maybe not you. There we go. Okay, so we're going to come back like that. Looking forward to those shipbuilding series you were talking about. Yeah, that is definitely the challenge series for January. That I am absolutely going to do, starting off with that design you shared with me. So it is not dead. I also have a buddy who I challenged him, because he's new to space engineers, so I thought I'd give him a little challenge to design like an interior space, and I'll build a ship around it. But yeah, it's these kind of different challenges, because the way I work, because I am not the originator of designs, I'm the guy who makes other people's designs work. That's my forte. I'm really good at it. I've probably mentioned it before. It's not a brag. It is where I'm comfortable and where I do some of my best work, is adapting or working with. Like when I play Space Engineers, the majority of my ships started as something else, and then I will change them and to my purposes. So that is why I'm going to do this series that I'm going to do, to kind of capture the spirit. It's just where I'm more comfortable working. It's where I have the best kind of flow. Let's see. Do we want to use the Star Destroyer windows? Because those look like the front windows of the Star Destroyer bridge. No, I am going to use not that. What do I got in the steel windows? What do we got to play with here? We got those guys, got those guys, got those guys. Now they're all too damn fancy. I just want some, yeah, traditional type glass like that. And I don't want it right there. I want it a little bit further out. Because we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go 3. We're going to go... Nope. Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4, and up by 2. And then we can go back to 3. Like that. Grab some constructor. We're going to put one constructor right here. Nope. We are going to put you right about here. I'm going to need an extra, little bit of extra light. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's try that again. So we're going to go like here. Probably should check the center line if before I hit the left mouse button. Put that one there. Flip you around. We're going to put one of you there. Do I have catwalks here now? I do. Where did I put the catwalk? There's the catwalk, because I want some stairs that need to go up to the upper floor. Or go up to there. And of course, it's not a good alignment, but that's okay. So we're gonna drop one of you in like that, like that. Let's lose these guys. Well, that's let's yeah. From yesterday's, whenever you mentioned doing a co-op, and I am all for that, which I think is basically you design while I build kind of idea. If that is something you're interested in. And then we both take the video from it for our respective channels. I think that would work out kind of nice. Oh, Stevie. Sneezies. I has the sneezies. Okay, can I have my 1 meter, please? You are definitely not a 1 meter. You are a 1 meter. And nudgy, 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 nudgy. Nudgy, 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 nudgy. I love nudge. I wish space engineers had nudge. And if wishes were fishes. Okay, that's 2 there. So obviously we're going to a 2-story building on this one. Just so we can have a little bit of skinniness involved in things. Where are you lined up? You're lined up with your bounding box right about here. Which is real hilarious is that, yeah, okay, no, that's fine. That works out just fine, just fine, just fine, just fine. We're all good here. And then we go like that. Okay, and we then remove you because you're not centered, because it's very important that you're centered. Okay, we're gonna do that. No, actually getting it to come up here. Found one so far case study for the lift splitters, just the way they're currently set up, because they don't work very well. You need so much outside clearance on them that it just really sucks. But the splitter, yeah, because the stairs on that side, so we're going to put that splitter there. We're going to grab our floor hole. I'm going to go down here. And let's get inside here. Okay, so that would be not there. The easiest way to line it up is to... No, it is actually there. Okay. So right here, we're going to look right there, and then we're going to go like that. And then we're going to bring you up to there. Coolio. Okay, so that means I am actually going to try it now. So let's grab a splitter. First things first is let's line a splitter up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And, oh, look at that. It actually will snap into place. Like that. Okay. For once, I've now found 2 places where these are working. The other place is, just a little heads up of what I did off camera, so in between episodes. So remember, we were getting very low on our power. What do you mean production is only at 2,700 megawatts? Okay, there's a problem over at the nuclear plant. I'm gonna have to go have a look at. I put 2 new reactors in and their accompanying buildings. Apparently they're malfunctioning. But that is not for today. Today, I just want to get the first of our Ficsmas. And again, I am sorry, Valis, I love the train idea. I just didn't think I was going to be able to pull it off with any kind of proficiency. Oh, I've been playing more than 2 hours there, fella. Now, for our roof line here, do I want to stay with the peak? Peak? Yeah, I'm going to stick with the peak. Because we're only 2 wide, so that'll work out well for there. Like that. Oops. There you go. And of course, we've got to have the porch. 3, 4. And we can bring our pillars all the way up now. And we will go across, hit the old H. 1, 2, 1. Oops. 1. Yes. And 1, 2, and up by 1. And there we go. I mean, kind of chimney-like. Kinda. If I take one of you, and you sort of look like a chimney then. I can always come back and paint it red. Okay, now we have to have a door in front. Just gonna move you and give you one little extra nudge. That's what the pillar is gonna help me do, is kind of conceal that. Like that. I think that might be enough space to squeeze through with the center door. Like it was meant to be. Okay, and then on the back wall, we'll do the same. But it is a back door, so maybe not. Well, let's start with this. I mean, it's a back door, right? So it shouldn't be identical to the front. So we'll go solid walls there. Then we can throw our windows into place like that. And we'll fill in the gap here. And grab some pillar edge. Where is, again, I don't want you going on any kind of weird tangent here, fellas. Okay, and let's get some concealer in there, like that. You know, who would ever thought that clipping, intentional clipping, would ever be one of the better things that a game dev ever did? Now, if we just could get things to line up correctly, it would be even better. That is not right. Oh man, that's not right, man. There we go. And now the pillar's near. As I fade. No, you're still trying to curve. Behave yourself. And down a little bit. That was a block that was having a moment. Oh, why are you not? Stop taking the rotation. Who's rotated? Someone, the wrong person, or the wrong thing, I think, is being rotated. Is it you? No, you're perfectly straight. Yes. Yeah, you're fine. It's you that keep adopting wrong angles here. And it's because of you. Now we should be perpendicular. I'd like to get this building up and running at some point today. Thank you very much. And 1, 2, 3. Are you going to be? Yes, there you go. Good. You did it. There we go. Okay. So, there we go. We have another building. Yeah, okay, let's get some power into this feller. Power Mark II. We are going to need 2 of yous. I'm also going to want to get your windows straightened. Sorry. We'll get back to your power in a minute. You're just not quite ready. And there we go. Now we can get your power line in. So we're going to put one... let's say here. One there. So that we can run the lines upstairs from here. And down we go. That's going to be a little bit awkward, but you know what? It's not like I'm going to spend a lot of time coming into this building. Okay, so we're going to need to get that power. In a Mark II, we're going to put to there. You go to there. You go to there. You go to there. Christmas bow. Control C, Control V. Control V. I'm not going to worry about putting any power shards in yet. Let's fix the stairs here. And I think I'll just fix the stairs with the ramp. So I'm going to put another one of those there. I'm going to grab one of these. And no, we're not going to grab one of those. We're going to grab one of these. And then we're going to grab one of these. Because that gives me that step. And I use it to get up. No, I still can't use it to get up. How about if we just use a straight 1 meter ramp? Like that. Can I get up the stairs now? Yes, I can. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to have packages coming up. Look at that. I still have to finish hooking stuff up here. So we're going to have our packages going into there. Going into there. The power is going to go there, and down to there, and across the roof to the center of the peak, and then we can go to there, like so. And a handy little exit point there, which is going to go there and there. I have to do a little bit more, I think, on that, but I need to go tell it what to make. what are we making? We are making bows. Excellent. All right. One last little collection for the day, just to make sure these guys are working. We'll grab you. You. There's another one over there. Several of them over this way. Good. Really want to get to the trees, but I think that might be calendar blocked, or at least it certainly need to get these last bits and pieces researched, so I don't have to run it. So the trees will produce the gifts, because, you know, that's where gifts are found. They're found underneath trees. It all makes perfect sense. But then I don't have to keep doing this stupid running around looking for these things. Oh, there's a bunch of, actually, there's some on my platform even. Hello, you. Come to me. Come to be part of my collection. That's 500. 520. That was a crappy one. Where did you go? Where did you go? There you are. Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Okay, that is enough. Now we need to connect over here again. I think we'll just grab a splitter, put it on the line like that. Get a lifty in like that. And plug you guys. Oop. What the hell? Did I not hook it up inside the building? I best go check that. I should probably also put the hover pack back on. Hover pack on. All right, why are you not going in the right direction? Yeah, okay. Are you correct? Well, I certainly hope so. We're gonna find out. Need a temporary hole in the floor. All right, theoretically, if I throw these in here, I should start getting some bows. Or let's go another 600. You guys are flowing and you're stopping. That's what I was afraid of. So we're going to disconnect that and figure out what is wrong here. There we go. That's better. All right, whatever ones I picked up, let's throw back into the container. I don't need to be carrying ingots. There they are. Let's make sure you guys are over there. I could probably pull the power shards, actually, out of all these other guys here temporarily. I'll add them when I need them. But for now, let's just get these guys out of here. We can slow things down. I got all the candy canes I could possibly want. Eventually, these guys will have to get moved to other buildings, but for the time being. Also, just had an idea here. Oh, hello. Yeah, I think kind of when we get to late stage, we're gonna put a much bigger chateau or chalet kind of over here. Possibly. I'll think about that. In the meantime, again, I was collecting power crystals or power shards because I don't think I want them in there. These machines are getting a little hoggish. So we're gonna boop, 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 and boop. And if I go Control C, I should be able to go Control V. Yep, that adds those 3 power shards back into my inventory, which means you guys are now power shard free. And I should have some bows over here. In fact, you are still making bows. So we'll grab that. I'll come around the other side here. And you don't have any. Why do you not have anything? Why did you not get any power shards? I do not hear the tink. Why did I not hear the tink? Because you're not lined up. That's why I don't hear the tink. There we go. Now I should hear the tink. There's the tink. Let's get your power line connected like that. And we'll just throw... Oh, hey! Immediately, you got stuff. You got mail. Oh, isn't that interesting? Did it automatically pull it out of my inventory when I built it? I think it did. Okay. You have ribbons for me? Yes, you do. Let's close up the wall over here. What about our upstairs tenants? Have you got some bows? No, you don't. Why do you not have bows? This is what I mean about these frickin' vertical splitters. It has somehow seemed to be a little dodgy as of yet. Now, I have no idea if that's going to work for you, but... I'll throw the 4 in there. Okay. 8 more in there. Okay, to Zamam. What is the last research I'm going to do for you? Ficsmas holiday. That's the last one here. I need 8 more of these ribbons, and then I can unlock those. It gives me another... I have to use a data cartridge, which I currently have. And then we'll see what that unlocks. So I do want to get this unlocked, just so I can see what's coming up and start thinking about the future. Think about the future. Oh, there's a few more. How do I just want a few in here. Yeah, here we go. I just want to split. Let's just put you in there. And there's the rest of them. Okay, good. That should get me the unlock now. And Ficsmas holiday. Give me that sweet, sweet research.
The red and blue Ficsmas ornaments are produced from gifts, unsurprisingly, but this time in the smelter. Now I hope you listen to that, because I will not repeat it no matter how confusing this all is. Blame the original FICSIT Fun engineers. Most of them ended up in jail for various reasons. But do not worry, the event has since been vetted by the second generation of FICSIT Fun engineers, who were only sued.
Okay, that is my next research, is I want these trees here. Don't care about the snowmen, they're decoratives. And then we are going to need these guys. So, yeah. That's our next research. So we're going to add that to the to-do list, and that's what we're going to get ready for our get going next week. Let's have a look here. Take a little flight off, grab a Prezi, and see how we're doing. And there we go. We have the beginnings of a bit of a village. Bit tight it seems to be, but you know what, that is okay. We can kind of move things around a little bit, maybe kind of push out. If I'm going to start needing to bring iron and copper over, we need to adjust for that. Maybe we don't have the train that goes around. I still want to have the train that goes around, but I will have to kind of figure out. Yeah, just when you think you have enough space, turns out you actually need a whole bunch more. Like at least 3 or 4 more rounds heading out. Like I'll have to actually go quite a bit of distance here. Give myself lots and lots of room. But you know what? I'll figure that out later. But yeah, we are well on our way on our Ficsmas adventure. But I think that is gonna do it for today. It is 3:15 in. Yeah, we had a bit of a slow start, but I think we actually started getting somewhere. And when I say we, I mean, of course, me, but, you know, I'm trying to be all inclusive and stuff like that for you guys out there. But yeah, that is going to do it for today. Guys, thanks again for joining me. I really do appreciate it. It's nice not to be alone. But until next week, hey guys, stay safe out there. Or no, actually, sorry. Forgot my little spiel here. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like. If you're not subscribed, maybe consider hitting the subscription button. If you want to support the channel and become a channel member, you can hit the join button down there. You will then get early access to the Quest for Peace series, as well as a lovely little Trekish themed badge. And Lee Barron, you will get yourself a shout out, as well all other members. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next week, though, guys, be safe out there, be good out there, and have yourselves a great, great day. Till next time, bye-bye.